started to get dentures, literally everyone from dentists to friends to family, whatever, warned me, oh, it's gonna be so painful. Like, everyone warned me about the physical side. Not one person warned me about the mental side of having dentures and losing your teeth at any age. And that's what we're gonna talk about today. My name is Natalie. I lost my teeth at 19 due to periodontal Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And I had to figure out a lot of shit the hard way in this journey, and I am hoping to be here to help y'all or anyone going through the denture journey or thinking about getting dentures. I hope I can help y'all. I have written out the 5 stages / feelings of when you first get your dentures, and this is all coming from a personal journey. I had a very rough first few years with an upper partial denture, so just keep that in mind. I am no professional. This is just coming from personal experience. The first feeling that you're probably gonna feel is embarrassment / being ashamed. It's almost like you don't even think about the physical side because like the pain, because just the appearance wise takes over, and mentally it takes over. Seeing yourself with a different tooth or different teeth, like no matter how close they are to your natural looking teeth, like we know those are not our teeth, and they do change the way we look a bit or a lot, and coming to terms with that is really freaking hard. And then there's a sense of like embarrassment of like, oh my god, I have dentures, like I don't want anyone to know. Like I genuinely thought that this process would be really fast and quick so that I wouldn't have to tell anyone like really what was going on. It took 6 years, and it took me 3 of those years to actually open up about what was going on mentally. Just people knowing you have a denture can feel embarrassing, and it shouldn't, but thanks to society's stigma around dentures being only for old people or losing your teeth is only from drugs, it puts so much embarrassment and shame on us no matter how you lose your teeth. It is so physically hard, but mentally, just the way the world views tooth loss is so fucked up, and it does not help our feelings, and we should not feel ashamed, but we do. And I just want y'all to know, if you're going through this and you're feeling that, your feelings are valid. And I felt silly for a long time for feeling these feelings, and I thought I just needed to get over it, and the longer I pushed those feelings aside, the worse and worse I got mentally. The second stage / step or feeling is grief. Like I didn't realize that we could grieve ourselves, and it felt weird, and I pushed it off, and I tucked that feeling deep down. But we do grieve ourselves. Like seeing, photos of your old self versus now, what you used to eat versus what you can eat now. You almost have to grieve the life you had. And I didn't think dentures were gonna change my life a whole lot. Like I was 19, okay? There wasn't much going on up here aside from like trying to live life and learn how to adult. I didn't realize I had to take the time to like actually sit down and like accept that like, okay, the life I once had is not going to be quite the same. My diet changed. Because of that embarrassment and shamed feeling, my social dynamics changed. The way I carried myself changed a lot, and I kept holding on to, things are gonna go back to the way they were. This is just temporary, and I took too long to realize I just have to grieve my old self, let it go, and stop trying to hold on to this. I'm going to be right back where I was, because let me tell you, 6 years into this journey, if I still had that mindset, I would not be filming and talking, I can tell you that much. The third feeling / stage is depression. Depending on how prepared you are when you get your dentures, like if you've watched a lot of videos to prep, or you're going into this blindly like I did, there's going to be a stage, whether it's immediate or a few months out, where you're just depressed. And the physical side of losing your teeth becomes mentally draining, especially if you did it the way I was doing it, one tooth at a time for years. But the physical side and just dealing with the denture pain and like annoyances, after a few years, especially, it can just become like so annoying, and you just become like so over it. And not like, I wouldn't say like a deep depression, but just that like kind of, you're just over it. Like you don't care about anything anymore. You're just over it. And like, I was so over my teeth for so long. I hated food. I hated like everything. And that phase was for a while. That phase was for a while. No matter how prepared you are, you're going to hit depression at some point through your denture journey. Just coping with dentures, trying to learn how to eat. And then like, I didn't think dentures change a lot. I thought once you get dentures, it's like a one and done deal. It's not. Your gums change so much, so there's constant adjustments, realignments. Then dentures usually have a lifespan of about 10 years, give or take. And so it's like a lot of upkeep, and just dealing with that, it becomes just but it's okay to feel like that. And when I started to really get into that cycle of this journey is when I was like, okay, I need to talk to a professional. And I got into therapy. For me, I was young and the jobs I was working didn't pay great, so I just found a low-cost counselor. She was about $100, and it helped a lot. And you know, I also wasn't talking to like friends or family or anyone. Like, I was not a social media person, so I was just letting it, my thoughts and feelings and fears just sit inside and brew. And you know, I stopped doing things I loved. I stopped doing makeup because I'm like, what's the point? I look like this. What's the point? And like, I stopped doing art. I stopped doing all the things I loved because my mind, when it becomes physically, all you can think and feel are your dentures and them changing or moving, or the pain, and just feeling dentures in general. Like, even when they don't hurt, you always feel that you have dentures. On top of the mental side, together, it puts you into a dark place. And don't be afraid to get help. Don't be afraid to tell a therapist. Like, with a therapist, they are there to be non-judgmental. And worst case scenario, if they judge you that first appointment, peace, bye. You never see them again. Don't rebook. Which leads me to the fourth stage, which is the self journey. Once the depression stage has kind of been there for a bit and it's like, okay, something has to give, I really, 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 really push to everyone who's going through this, hone in on what makes you feel like you, whether it's before you get dentures or during, or any time throughout your journey. Never, ever, 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 ever stop doing what you love because of your teeth. I mean, unless it's like you're a professional chip eater or something and physically can't, you know. For me, it was art. My cat's like Burbo, he knows the name, just went off. That was creepy. Anyways, for me, figuring out and getting back to what I truly loved meant doing art, going back to art forms I used to really like to do before I lost my teeth, going back to makeup because I stopped doing that completely when I started to lose my teeth because I saw no point. Doing things that like really made me feel like me, like spending time with animals, being out in nature. Like, I stopped doing a lot of stuff because of my teeth, and let me tell you, life is too short to put on hold or pause because of our damn teeth slowing us down. Like, I let the mental side of this really take the reins for years, which led to me hiding and forgetting who I even was, because I let my entire identity become, I'm just the girl with decaying broken teeth and a very obvious denture, and some people probably assume I'm the absolute like worst of me because of it. Like, I was in such a negative mindset. Like, I didn't feel like who I used to be. I didn't feel like myself. Like, who I felt like on the inside did not correlate with like how I looked. And I can't express it enough how important it is to stay with the things you love to do. Don't give them up just because you're losing your teeth. I mean, unless you're physically unable to do so. And if you are unable to do so, try new things that you can physically do, like art, reading, going for a walk in the park, talking to an old friend. Literally anything that makes you feel like you at the core is going to help accept all of this a lot quicker and easier. Which leads me to the last point, number 5, the last stage feeling is acceptance. I promise you, you will get to a place in this journey where it feels normal. Like life feels normal. Like it went from, for me, years of hating having a denture, hiding it, not talking to anyone, to finally accepting that, like, okay, my teeth aren't going to grow back. I'm not a candidate for implants either. I have to accept this and just make the best with what I've got. And, you know, acceptance for me looked like finding a community and sharing my story openly and proudly without being ashamed. It took me a lot to get my little butt online and share, I am losing my teeth. I started to do it because I needed an outlet. Like, I mentally was going through it. I was 3 years into this journey. I needed an outlet that wasn't friends, that wasn't family, that wasn't a therapist, where I could feel like myself, be creative, and it made me realize there's a whole community of us. And finding that community and finally seeing other people that looked like me made me accept that, like, okay, I'm not alone here. And once you realize that you are not alone in this, whether it's people from 1,000 miles across the world or literally like your brother, sister, partner, you have support no matter where you go platform wise. I feel like there is a good denture-like community going on almost everywhere from my experience, like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok especially. But finding others and seeing others going through the same thing or a similar situation helps you accept what's happening. And a big part of this is switching your mindset. You know, for years I saw this journey as, you know, awful, life ending. Like, I really did not see any positives in this. It took, whoa, I almost kicked over my tripod. It took me way too long to lighten up about the whole situation. Like, it's already physically hard. I don't need to be making it mentally harder on myself. And whether that's weird denture jokes or making skits, even just writing out in your journal why you love yourself, why you love having dentures, it is going to help switch your mindset. And like, for me, finding the humor in this has helped huge, so freaking much. And yes, there are so many downsides that could, you know, make us feel depressed and sad down the road, like if you're not a candidate for implants and if your dentures don't fit down the road and you can't afford new ones. There's going to be hiccups in this journey. Let me tell you, there are going to be hiccups. But handling it with lightness and humor is going to help this so freaking much. I was going into every appointment expecting the worst. I had the mindset that let's expect the worst so I don't have any standards to be broken, and that's really fucked me up for years. Keep your expectations high for yourself for this journey, and remember, it is going to be worth it. So those are the 5 kind of feelings and stages, especially when you're going through this journey in the beginning, that I experienced, that I wish I heard beforehand or knew going through it, that this is normal. This is a part of the denture journey, because let me tell you, for the first few years, every emotion I had towards dentures I thought was not valid. I thought I was just being silly. Like, I didn't see anyone in my life that was going through the same thing and telling me It's okay to have dentures at any age. It is okay to go through the hard stuff, and it is going to be okay. And I am here to tell y'all it is going to be okay. This process and journey is so worth it. I gained 70 freaking pounds in the last year of having dentures because they fit so well. And like when I say the last year and a half of having dentures, I've only had a complete set for a year and a half. I've had like a partial denture for years. Once I got these and no more decaying, broken, painful teeth, not having any dental pain, oh my god, I can't stop eating, but I have to because I'm now on a diet to get the weight off. Anyway, I hope this can help someone, and have a good rest of your weekend.